violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Fight in a Detroit neighborhood sparks a shooting, sending 4 people to the hospital. 3 teens and an adult were all shot in the leg. We're told 2 men are in temporary serious condition.
This happened in the McCoy Circle neighborhood on Detroit's east side, and right now police looking for a woman in connection with that shooting. Pamela.
Dang. They looking for a female Super Gremlin. Man, you know it's rough out here when you got the sisters airing the block out. And this is yet another mass shooting. Teenagers involved, teen Super Gremlins involved. Unreported. Underreported, rather. And it's just sad because there's not going to be a way to get awareness on these stories, and you know, unless, of course, you guys share my videos and share my content.
Osborne live tonight in Detroit with the latest on the investigation. Pamela.
Well, there's still a lot to sort out here, but what we know is that this was a fight between 2 groups of people, and at the end of it, 4 people were shot and dozens of shots were fired in the middle of...
Wow. So just made it under the mass shooter marker. And if you guys aren't aware of the FBI's definition of being a mass shooting, it's when 4 or more people are shot in a said setting. So he just made the cut. We got teenagers hit. Where are their parents? Who knows? Why wasn't there some type of OG to come in between and mediate the fight? Who knows? But I'm going to tell you what usually happens. They usually organize these fights on social media. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Everybody pull up. Okay, it's going to be a one-on-one. It's going to be a one-on-one. Somebody start getting that work, and then people start jumping in the fight. Shortly thereafter, that's when you start hearing bullets usually fly. And Super Gremlins getting on demon time.
Of a neighborhood in the middle of the day.
As you can see, everyone lives in close quarters here, the way that the complex is designed. So we could have had a lot more people shot.
Shell casings and evidence markers litter the ground of this McCoy Circle neighborhood on the city's east side. On the other side of the yellow tape is where police say 2 groups of about 20 people, mostly teens, got into it. Before long, guns were drawn and a shootout soon followed.
It's unfortunate. It's really it's horrible. I mean, whatever conflict they were having, you know, not only did they put each other's lives in jeopardy, but they put all the residents here in this villa in jeopardy.
Chief James White says 2 of the victims, a 15 and 16-year-old, are in stable condition. An 18 and 29-year-old are in temporary serious condition. All of the young men expected to recover from their injuries, but the chief wants to know how they got here in the first place.
Enough is enough, and we're going to find out what the 15-year-old's doing. How come the adults in the group weren't trying to talk them out of fighting as opposed to participating in it?
That's what usually happens. You ain't finna touch my baby. Like, the mothers usually attend the fights when they little girls and little boys is hooking, okay? Working as somewhat a referee or a cheerleader, it just depends.
And police did recover 2 guns from that scene there. They also went door to door to check on residents. Given the amount of gunfire there was in that neighborhood, anyone with information is asked to come forward. Meanwhile, extra patrols in place tonight to make sure that those residents feel some sense of security after what was a really scary day. Reporting live outside of the 5th Precinct, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
No doubt about that. All right, Pamela.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak.
I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the Super Gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo! Ain't that nigga J.
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Something we unfortunately see time and time again. Tempers boil over on Detroit's east side, leading to gun violence. 4 people were shot. 3 of them were teenagers.
And Fox 2's Hillary Goldston has the latest on their conditions. She's been there all evening long. Hillary, how did this all begin?
Yeah, that's something that, of course, police are now investigating, and they are working hard on that answer. But the most important thing for them was working that scene, which they were working very diligently, recovering some 30 shell casings. Now, Chief James White tells us that it all started with some kind of argument, 20 people out there getting into it. That escalated into a gunfight. The youngest involved here, only 15 years old. Now, gang intent.
Wow. The youngest involved is 15. Sisters, come get your kids.
Is working on answering the question you ask. What was this all about?
We're going to find out what the 15-year-old's doing. How come the adults in the group weren't trying to talk them out of fighting as opposed to participating in it?
Sadly, this started the way so many gun incidents began, as an argument that escalated. 2 groups fighting near Gillespie and Warren on the east side.
Mostly teenagers, a few adults. They got into a large fight.
The 911 call started coming in around 4:45 in the afternoon.
We actually had a couple officers already in the scene on a traffic stop. Before we could get here, shots were fired, and we had approximately 30 shots fired in this area.
Dang. They let off a 30 piece. And only 4 people were hit. Thank God for the aim of the Super Gremlin on Demon Time.
So the situation could have been a lot worse.
The result of resorting to guns to solve your problems? 4 shot. All males. The victims are 15, 16, 18, and 29.
Good news is that they're all expected to recover. Not only did they put each other's lives in jeopardy, but they put all the residents here in this villa in jeopardy. And
that's good news that they're expected to recover, because some of these dudes, they just gonna go for round 2. Seriously.
And it could have been a lot worse. As you can see, everyone lives in close quarters here, the way that the complex is designed.
It's unfortunate that individuals choose to use firearms to solve their differences.
Now, police did recover 2 weapons. They are currently looking for a female. No description on that person right now. They're not sure if she was involved in this fight or if she was just a witness, but they are looking for her. If you have any information at all about what happened here, reach out to Detroit Police. You can always remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers.
And I wouldn't be surprised if video of this fight turned mass shooting ended up on social media, ended up on World Star, ended up on Hood Site, ended up on Grindface. We'll probably see what actually happened, because I can't imagine the Super Gremlins not bringing their camera phones and filming the event.
Number 1-800-SPEAK UP. We're live on the east side of Detroit. I'm Hillary Golston, Fox 2 News.
My goodness, Hillary, how many times have we heard police, city leaders say that people, young people, need to stop using guns to settle their arguments, especially teenagers? Is there a chance, do police believe this is possibly gang related?
That's a question I asked the chief directly today. Could this be that kind of situation? We can infer that gang intel was out there investigating, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this was gang related. Obviously, it is something that investigators are looking into. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have had those resources on scene. But likely, we'll find out as the investigation continues.
Gang violence and other